let's just get this case over with so we can get to the next case, which is a case that I actually rather like. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. Ha 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 ha. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh. She looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. God, I'm so morbidly embarrassed, Mia. I could just drop dead. You know, we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Overlooked? What the hell do you take me for, Mia? The police? We have to find something, Phoenix. Today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. Is it just me or did the courtroom number change? Well, whatever. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edwards, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Color me surprised. Today, I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if that producer is going to come out. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude can you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai. No, bravo. Sal Manella, I'm a director of television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure that no one left their chairs. That's about it. You know, if I weren't so concerned about the noise constantly being recorded, I would grab my retainer and put that in and really give you an incomprehensible nerd voice. But I guess I'll just do without. Is that when you always come into work? Oh no, I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way. Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry. You haven't even met the people from Case 2-3 yet. Still, FWIW, I was pretty busy all that day. Huh. Tell us more about that. In the employee area? That's right. There was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil Magistrat. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole time. Lol. What we saw from the scene, she was standing. But whatever. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us four. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Oh right, that's the limp. The limp that we never noticed when WP was walking, or the one that he mentioned. With the corpse led to me messing my lunch. Rovse. Rovse? Rolling on the floor, starving? What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak! The assistant cooked some up. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning that witness, did not eat with them. So, in the end, you didn't get to eat. Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it? That must have been tough. Phoenix? Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Well, it is vague, I guess. But it is contradictory, yes. It does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella! Huh? What do you mean? When I went to that trailer, I saw something on the table. There were 2 plates on the table, the same kind of plates as in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later. Clearly a man who likes to eat. I had suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it? We took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then. A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children, can you believe it? I am surprised, considering what little we saw of the Steel Samurai. I mean, it didn't really seem that bad. It seemed pretty tame, even for kids' standard. Actually, I kind of can. Do you have the XXX rated versions of the episodes or something? Then again, maybe Edgeworth has those. You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not a one. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second. Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Well? Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess I did. We take a little break. Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Ugh. Edgeworth is laughing. One dead puppy. Yeah, FWIW, we took a break of but it was only 15 minutes. 15? That's only 13 and base 12. I don't get it. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak, what else? There were 2 plates on the trailer table. Oh right, the other one was Diva's. Sorry, Divasquez's plate. D. Vasquez, the producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat. Edgeworth is surprised that somebody stuffed their face with meat. What a surprise. Why is that? I have to say, you look like a guy who gets through his meals pretty fast. Well, I was facing a cold, slightly chewy T-bone steak. Even I have to take my time eating that kind of food, lol. Well, Phoenix? That testimony was too short to wring any kind of useful information out of. All you have to do is prove that he was able to go to Studio One at that time. Oh great, is that all? What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30! That's the time of the death! 1, 2... So we could have gone to Studio One, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. I'll be quite honest, I'm not entirely sure where I have to press anything, cause Phoenix is a moron for thinking that 2:30 is enough. What was this and all? Let's press again with new information if we have it. Thank you, Edgeworth. I know as I said, I haven't replayed this case very often. I think this is only like the 2nd time I've played it. Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio One. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio One. Well, Mr. Wright? Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio One? Not in the time given, no. But I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time. I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. As I said before, people are incapable of walking on any kind of ground that is not a pavement or a sidewalk. Those keep off the grass signs are very, very reinforced in this world. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over? Please tell me it's over. Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows.
Who cares what the court thinks? You don't have any jurors. Or jurists. At least not in this game.
We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it.
So you can arrest somebody with flimsy evidence, but flimsy evidence is not enough to convict them. I'll say it again, this game makes no sense.
Your Honor,
the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Get your fat ass off the stand, Sal. My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
I guess they're taking the break to disinfect the witness stand. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! So much for believing in your client, Miss Lawyer. Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Self-confidence? Never heard of it? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on the trial before. Not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's going to happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us, and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Are you making fun of your sister?
Thanks.
Alright, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it! I want to apologize for my pronunciation problems at times. A year and a half ago, I had a rather large jaw operation, and I'm still not entirely used to the whole new way my jaw is set and all. The LP commentary is a good way to keep me moving all the time. I don't talk very much when I'm offline. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. This kid saw a murder being committed and you think a few questions are the thing that's really gonna traumatize it. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on.
Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
This is a sort of... Wow, those must be really high crates. Anyway, this is a sort of joke that will happen with a few witnesses over the course of the games. Witness! What? Just because you're all grown up don't mean you can't push me around. Watch me push you around. Cody? Answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. The nice lady with the big boobies. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, I mean, Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. Oh, but that's just the way you like it, Phoenix. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident? You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? Want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just... Mr. Edgeworth will be fine.
I prefer bearded gentlemen myself.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. You ask for such a permission beforehand. Like how if you're a lawyer and you have the police investigating something during the trial and you want them to call you immediately, at the start or before the trial starts, you ask the judge if it is okay if you have your phone on. Otherwise you keep it off, or at least keep it on silent. So you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost? You're one to talk, Phoenix. Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. Of course he did, it's grafted onto his game avatar. You'd better make a note of it in the court record.
Done. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal, just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods, off the path, so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. I know in the last video I said an hour. I mis-talked. When I came up by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for the shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. And be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child.
Cuddlecation. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do! I've taped every show! And I go to all the live performances! That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh! What does that question have to do with this case? My dad always takes me. Poor, poor dad. Was that day the first time you had been to the studio? Actually, I've been a couple of times. I never managed to get there on the rehearsal day, though. And that security light is always yelling.
Right. Please continue.
Chill, Pops, I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez!
Off the path?
What is this strange off-the-path notion that you kids invent these days? Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. You can walk on grass? Burn the witch! Anyhow... Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio? Unusual? Did you see this monkey by any chance? Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted. So you went straight to the studio? You got lost in the woods? Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, was I relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? The Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside. I see. What then? What sort of bad guy was it? A guy. A person. Kinda tall. Skinny. Hint number 1. Jackhammer was not skinny. Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know, he was kinda far away. He's being awfully vague. What happened to the bad guy? Huh? Well, he kinda didn't move. Not a bit. Like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor! Yes, I suppose he was. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right?
Mr. Wright, a word with you.
Was I putting the pressure on too much?
What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about?
It's the beginning of the judge's senileness. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? Well, with the older cameras, you clicked and either the photo came out, or it was printed onto a film and you had to bring that to a store to, get it developed. With the new ones, it's not coming out, but it's stored onto a little camera, and you can just plug it into your computer and you have the picture there. Easy explanation. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on the trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I wasn't using as many exclamation points as you are. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. Not even your defendant? Or defendants? What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? I'm so taking this out of your ass later on, Phoenix. Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that?
So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera?
Well, why would I use it? That's like asking, why would I have a water bottle next to me if it's not for the purpose of drinking it? I was too busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching.
Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules.
Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course! You didn't turn away, not even once? No. Okay, then tell us exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm getting to that. So the bad guy attacked him first? Yeah! What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching The Steel Samurai. And what happened next? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, 'cause the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops! How should I play this? I don't care if you're a kid, is what he said. What? Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? Now, a samurai thrust from a spear makes a lot more sense than a samurai slap. My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the most important part. The killing blow. Blow.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how we might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Now stop looking so condescendingly at me. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? He was climaxing himself. Oh god, I can't believe I went there. He had to whiz?
Mr. Wright, your answer? We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
I have no real evidence to show. So he was probably watching something else? He missed the climax of the fight because he was looking at something else. Probably. Probably.
Something else?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What could possibly distract this boy from seeing his idol, the Steel Samurai, fight? What do you claim he was looking at? Ugh. Come on, think of something. Think of something. Nothing.
Mr. Wright, please refrain from making baseless claims.
Yes, sorry, Your Honor. Because he couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder taking place at his age? Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight like on TV. This just makes me wonder how many years it takes for Cody to realize what he saw was a murder, and then require intense therapy. The more real the fight, the more he would have watched. Huh.
I have to agree with Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't really think of any evidence. Oh, right, the camera. Then again, it's a digital camera. They aren't very different from normal ones. I mean, the button to press to take a picture is still on the top right.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too. Oh!
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. Which is why I'm saying digital or the manual or whatever. To take the damn picture button is still on the right. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody? There was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight. Didn't you already mention that? So, you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. You know what, Mia? Considering all the damn hints you give me over the game, why don't we just, change places? You be the lawyer, and I'll be the annoying defense aide who constantly tells me stuff that I already know. And gives me stupid hints that, frankly, sometimes don't make sense.
Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera and about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world, kid. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep.
Anything strange in the testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely? Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera has too many buttons, I couldn't figure it out. I tried to take a picture, I really tried. When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground, and the Steel Samurai. That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody! Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. Wow! Hey! Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow! This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody?
You erased them? Yeah! Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. I'd better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. Cody! What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. He gave that to Mia, not you. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. I never missed one. Perfect collection. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album?
It's called Path to the Glory Hole. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. He did say that he took some, but erased them.
Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor. No way! Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took?
I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos.
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way, no! It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever! Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth! I forget from what movie that's a reference of, but whatever.
Order! I will have order! Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
No, Phoenix made a child cry. That day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move.
Order! Order! Order!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet, according to a witness testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Preposterous, Phoenix! Only Will Powers can wear the Steel Samurai costume. Isn't that what everybody's been going on about in the last day?
Order! 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 So the Steel Samurai in this photograph? You're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer?
Yes! People figured it out! Congratulations! That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Powers' foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldback said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. Goddamn picture! Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume.
But why would the victim do such a thing?
I don't know. I get it! I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What? Show us, quick! No way, man, none of you are gonna look at me like that. Just look at me as boobs, and everything will be fine.
Now!
Here, this is it. I find it amazing that in 2016, where this takes place, they are still in black-white photographs. I'm just saying.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone that...
Now you realize that. God!
Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. Neither was the first picture.
I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix. What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Why does he sink in fourth wall at that point? Your Honor, look at this.
I see... a gate?
Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate?
The number? Oh, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But... that's impossible.
What's this all about? Please explain so I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. By God, I wonder where the true crime could have been. Here at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The path was blocked, yeah? The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Because again, nobody except Cody seems capable of walking on grass.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one at the trailer was guilty because I could not have gone to Studio 1. Past 2:15. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. Sort of, yes. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime.
Order! Order!
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Miss Olbeck, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness! Don't anybody in the comments or the audience make that damn Sparta joke. Please, give yourself some originality. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would you steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole the costume. I have proof!
You do? You do, Mr. Wright?
Now that they're so surprised, suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. This is it.
An empty medicine bottle?
I found this on a table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills. I can't think of... Okay, Germany has very different labels for their pills and all, but out of the American ones and the German ones I've seen, none of them actively say sleeping pills on them. They have names, they have ingredients on them, but their effect is only written on the prescription inside or in the little manual, which is not on the label.
Sleeping pills?
The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. You're just assuming that. You have no proper proof unless, you took the fingerprints and all.
That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammonds' fingerprints should show up on this bottle. Yours probably too, because as far as I know, you never touched any evidence with gloves on.
I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hackett's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Miss Oldback may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1 but Studio 2, and those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework.
Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension after all. It would be the third day that the trial is going on. Very well. Court is adjourned.
That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. It wouldn't matter if you left, Mia.
Really? You both seemed so confident.
Ha! Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too.
Dead?
Haha, of course we're kidding.
We're not kidding. Are you sure?
I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial.
We'd better. Right, thanks.
See you in just a bit, 'cause I have to drink something and then we're gonna continue with the case immediately.